Welcome to the AI Hustle Podcast, the podcast where we break down the latest in AI news, tools, and interview experts helping you hustle and do more using AI. If you've been following the podcast for a while, you'll know that over the last 6 months, I've been working on a stealth AI startup. Of the hundreds of projects I've covered, this is the one that I believe has the greatest potential. So today I'm excited to announce AIBox. AIBox is a no-code AI app building platform paired with the App Store for AI that lets you monetize your AI tools. The platform lets you build apps by linking together AI models like ChatGPT, Midjourney, and 11 Labs. Eventually will integrate with software like Gmail, Trello, and Salesforce, so you can use AI to automate every function in your organization. To get notified when we launch and be one of the first to build on the platform, you can join the waitlist at aibox.ai. The link is in the show notes. We are currently raising a seed round of funding. If you're an investor that is focused on disruptive tech, I'd love to tell you more about the platform. You can reach out to me at jaden@aibox.ai. I'll leave that email in the show notes. Since its launch, ChatGPT has been integrated and used by a lot of big companies. Coca-Cola recently inked a deal specifically with OpenAI to integrate it. Bain Consulting is doing essentially partnerships with OpenAI to get it integrated into a bunch of different corporations. But one of the biggest I've heard so far is that the Pentagon is currently very interested in using ChatGPT. So today on the podcast, we're going to talk about what they're saying and why this is important. So first off, a lot of this comes from the fact that the Air Force CIO recently said that ChatGPT can make short work of Pentagon tasks. So pretty much what's happening right now is essentially the Department of Defense, where a lot of consuming tasks and red tape can just clog up the pathway to getting anything done. We know how government is. It's horrible in that regard. According to Lauren Knausenberger, the Air Force's Chief Information Officer, she believes that ChatGPT can help. So a smart assistant or AI-powered chatbot could effectively find files, answer questions, ask questions, or dig up contact information, among other millions of menial assignments. And that's what she was saying back in February 28 at an event in Virginia, which was hosted by the Billington Cybersecurity. So automating a lot of those different processes would save them a lot of time and resources. We've all seen how ChatGPT can save us, time on our different careers, a lot of businesses and industries, and now it looks like the government is getting into it. So she said that there's no reason why ChatGPT can't respond to taskers and take away some of the very heavy knowledge management work of finding. So it's like, if like she said, okay, who are the 3 action officers across the department that have these different pieces, and it can kind of like ChatGPT could pull it together. And she says that there's a lot of power there that they can harness in the near future. So it looks like they're actually actively looking at how they would implement this. As you know, ChatGPT's capability of carrying a very convincing conversation and pumping out content like computer code or children's stories is really exploding right now. And apparently it actually recently pretty quickly caught the attention of the Pentagon. Generative AI, which is, what fuels ChatGPT, was recently added to a Defense Information Systems Agency tech watch list, which previously had things like 5G, zero trust cybersecurity, edge computing, and a lot of others. So they're like very actively looking at this space. The DISA Chief Technology Officer, Stephen Wallace, like just in late January, described it as as he said, a pretty interesting capability, and said that we're starting to look at how does generative AI actually change DISA's mission to in the department and what we provide for the department going forward. So it's very actively being looked at. I think militaries worldwide are kind of investing in AI and adjacent tech to improve battlefield analysis, prediction, maintenance needs, and just to kind of like streamline logistics. So Knausenberger, who is leaving her CIO post in June, has said that the U.S. needs to automate more to maintain its advantages, right? Like we know the red tape in government is killing us. And so if we have all of this red tape and we're able to automate a lot of the more mundane tasks, I don't see any reason why we shouldn't be able to integrate AI to get that done, make our government more efficient, especially our defense, which, is a very important part of our economy. So It's interesting though, because she is on her way out in June. And so she's kind of talking about the importance now, but she's on her way out and her successor hasn't yet been named. So we don't really know if the next person coming in is going to be as plugged in or interested in this. But it's interesting to note that public spending on AI, including automation at the Defense Department, jumped to $2.5 billion in 2021, which is from a little bit more than, it was at about $600 million back in 2016. So more than 685 AI projects, including several tied to major weapon systems, were underway as of early 2021. I'm sure that's exploded in 2022, and with ChatGPT this year, that is going to only get bigger. So it'll be interesting watching the space, seeing where that goes, looking at the ethical implications of a lot of that, and seeing how this evolves. If you are looking for an innovative and creative community of people using ChatGPT, you need to join our ChatGPT creators community. I'll drop a link in the description to this podcast. We'd love to see you there, where we share tips and tricks of what is working in ChatGPT. It's a lot easier than a podcast, as you can see screenshots, you can share and comment on things that are currently working. So if this sounds interesting to you, check out the link in the comment. We'd love to have you in the community. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Hustle podcast. If you could do us a massive favor, we would really, really appreciate it if you could leave us a review wherever you get your podcasts. This helps people find the podcast. It helps people know this is a good place to go. And we would really, really appreciate it, as it helps us continue to bring on incredible guests and share incredible content for you to listen to.